Thank you very much, President Chu. I just want to emphasize what Supervisor Cohen spoke of, and this is the same conversation that we've had with the nominee, and I look forward to seeing Mr. Ramos and his conversations and the balance that he's expressed to me that he would be looking at with regards to transportation, but also recognizing some of the challenges that different neighborhoods might have with having an accessible transportation, the usage of cars and how it is that you would balance that given multiple demands that there might be, such as large families, among other things. And so I look forward to that conversation.
My parents immigrated to the United States about 30 years ago, and I'd say that probably was the most formative part of my background. Growing up in an immigrant family, you learn many things. My parents raised me in Southern California, and I grew up in the restaurant business. They had a small restaurant at the time, and I was there every single weekend working. And so it really taught me the value of working hard and what it meant to be part of a small business, a small family, and an immigrant family at that. Growing up in that atmosphere and really being impacted by the Los Angeles riots when it did occur. At that time, we were always worried watching the news to see whether or not the restaurant would be looted, whether it would go up in fire, and so it was something that was a big concern and worry for my family during that time. And I remember thinking, even at that age, how important it was to consider what the economics were in communities, whether people had or felt that they had opportunities or did not have opportunities, and what role it was that government played in those outcomes.
Yeah, how you guys are covering what schools now?
36 schools.
36 schools with your one car?
No, there's 3 of us.
Okay.
That's what really put me on the path of public policy, and so I pursued public policy both at Occidental College, where I went to school as an undergrad, also to UC Berkeley, where I also pursued public policy. I went in and worked on public finance for a while after I graduated, and then came back to government to really pursue that. Ever since then, I've stayed here, have fallen in love with how wonderful the Bay Area is, and it's a really great place to be.
Around the room, you're going to see a lot of financial institutions. Talk to them. You're going to see people who can help you with financial aid. Talk to them. You're going to see a lot of city departments that might have summer job opportunities. Talk to them. So make sure you just use all the resources today. Learn a little bit about what you should be thinking about in the future.
Generally, I'm a very practical legislator. I like to look at what the impacts of legislation would be before really voting on it. And so I think depending on the issue, you can move around. And I think that that should be the way that most people think, which is let's consider the facts of legislation before you actually consider it, irrespective of what spectrum it comes from and what spectrum it's perceived to be.
How are you? Sign your name, right?
How are you? Good to see you.
Well, Sunset District is a great district. It has many, many residents who are families. We've got a lot of families in our district, lots of kids, lots of seniors, people who have raised their families there for many generations. I think the big issue that is really looming in people's minds is the state of the economy. How is it that we are going to be able to bring down the unemployment rate in San Francisco? How is it that our future generations, our kids and our youth, are trained so that they're able to take advantage of what is emerging, whether that is clean technology, whether that is technology in general, whether it's the healthcare industry or other things that might be looking rosier in terms of future economic activity.
One nation, under God, indivisible, for liberty and justice for all.
All right, thank you.
Well, today I'm just very happy to have come with you all and to bike in today. I'm not sure if you saw it, but I was able to ride a bike that had a 2-person seat on it. And so Neil over here was in the front, I was in the back. We both pedaled together to school today. And one thing I just wanted to say is if you bike to school or you bike anywhere, make sure to always wear a helmet, make sure to be safe, and of course to have fun, right?
In terms of interesting jobs, this has got to be one of the most interesting jobs. You work on a whole host of issues all year round, and you meet so many interesting people along the way, and so I really enjoyed that.